Pillow talking red wine, making me feel some kind of way. You know what I'm gonna ask, will you stay? One day at a time, we'll make it right. When there's no more consequences, oh, gotta rest my mind and take my time. Whichever way you go, you gotta keep it light. There's never enough.
Hello and welcome with me, Kito Rantawo. Okay, I've got 10 questions, and of all the questions that I could have chosen, I have chosen a little list of Pinterest that I got, which is, oh, where did the list go? Which is called 10 questions about life you need to ask yourself. I'm always introspecting, I'm always thinking and questioning, and that is just, you know, some people get to a destination, and some people's lives is about getting to a destination, and some people's lives are about the journey. And I think my life particularly has been about the journey. So brief introduction, my name is Kito Rantawo. I'm a South African woman and I'm currently living in Shanghai in China. I've been an expat there for 6 years, and right now I do not have a drink, but I have my 10 questions. So let's start with 10 questions about life you need to ask yourself. Number 1. Are you doing what you truly want to do? I am living the life that I have always imagined. I have always imagined myself living as an expat in a different country, and I just didn't know what I would be doing. What I've always wanted to do actually is to be a diplomat. And I mean, if you want to be informal about it, you could say I'm a street diplomat, like street smart diplomat, like a diplomat of the streets, you know? But no, officially, I'm not a diplomat. I think what I always wanted to do is make a change in the world. And what I've always wanted to do is tell stories. So I guess that's one thing that I am doing. And making a difference in the world, I am teaching. So I guess I'm making a difference in children's lives, right? And I think the other thing I've always wanted to do is to be a diplomat and to travel. So there's an essence of that I am doing. I think I've never really wanted to know what I want to be, but I've always known what I want to do. And that has led me on an interesting journey or a path in life. Number 2, how many promises you have made and how many of them how many promises have you made and how many of them have you fulfilled? To myself or to others? That is the question. To myself, I've made a few promises. One of the big promises I said is that I've always wanted to build my mom her house. And this is the first time sharing this information, but I've always wanted to build my mom her house because we grew up not having like our own house. And so that's one big promise that I have fulfilled. Like, that's an important one for me. Another big promise has always been to live a full life. I had an older sister who passed on at a young age. And so because she passed on at a young age, at the age of 29, I always felt that, you know what, I want to die lived out. Like, I've always wanted to die lived out. It sounds so strange, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that my life was like meaningful, that it was purposeful. Like, I've done the things that I was passionate and happy, and things that made me happy. And so if there are those promises, I can say, you know, those are promises I've made to myself that I've always kept. And then when it comes to people, well, I'm generally an honest person. So I will say I don't commit unless I know I can do the thing. If I can't do the thing, then I don't commit. Like, I'm a typical Aquarius when it comes to that. Like, I'm like, I can't do it. I'm not going to commit to that. I would rather chill. I'm either 0 or 100. So if I'm going to be on 0, I'm going to be on 0. If I'm going to be on 100, you're going to be like, yo, so like, it's a lot now, stop. So typical Aquarius when it comes to that. So fulfilling promises to other people, I mean, you know, it is what it is. We'll make an answer out of that. Number 3, will you break the rules because of something or someone you care about? Probably. You mean, do I break my rules or do I break I won't break the law. Let's be clear. I will not break the law, but I will do what I can for the people that I care about. I love with my whole heart, so I will always find a way. You know, I will find a way to do. But break the rules, sure, maybe. Break the law, no. So no, I can't. I'm not breaking the law for anybody. I'm not breaking the law for myself. But I will find a way around the rules for the people that I care about. Number 4, is there anything you can't let go of but you should? Oh, yes. The idea that life is supposed to look a certain way for everybody. I think I should let go of that notion and embrace the life that I'm living instead of pursuing the life that I have thought I'm supposed to be living. Number 5, do you remember anyone you hated 10 years ago? Does it matter now? There's definitely an ex. I mean, I have no exes. There's definitely a past lover that I probably hated 10 years ago. And no, it doesn't matter now. I really don't care. I think somehow, some way, the universe always sends people back into your sphere some way, somehow. And 10 years later, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you broke my heart or I thought you were the love of my life and I was going to spend the rest of my life with you. Because I'm the love of my life now. And I'm spending the rest of my life with me. Okay, number 6. If you die now, would you have any regrets? If I died now, no. I don't think it's a regret, but my earring is. Well, I don't think it's a regret, but I think one can never not have enough money. You know, I'm sure there's a couple of more investments that I could have made, or, you know, but right now in this moment, I feel like I've made time for the people that I love, and I try my hardest for the people that I love, and I'm trying my hardest for myself as well. So nah, no, not that I'd be cool dying now, but I'm just saying that I wouldn't have any regrets. I don't believe in regrets. Like, just do it, and there's no right or wrong when it comes to life decisions. It's just like you make a decision and then there's consequences, and you just live with the consequences and make decisions from the next set of consequences, I guess, sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, I don't have any regrets. Number 7. Are you afraid of making mistakes even though there's no punishment at all? Yes. I don't think this ever leaves one. You know, I think you go from being a student where your only expectation is to be a student and to be nothing else. And then you're thrown into this world where you go into adulthood. You graduate, you go into adulthood, and you're just expected to know what to do. And because the whole school system is based on the fact that you either pass or fail, and you need to reach a certain amount of benchmarks in order to pass, that's how you tend to view the lens of life. So even as an adult, when you're going into the corporate world, the working world, when you're dealing with your family, friends, peers, you now have this thing where you have been set to think that there are a set of benchmarks that you must pass or fail. Like if you do well in this, if you make mistakes here, then you might fail. If you make mistakes there, you might fail. But I want to revert back to the thing that, you know what, there is technically no right or wrong decision. It's all a matter of making a decision and then having consequences, and each decision has a different set of consequences. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there. So am I afraid of making mistakes? Yeah, because we're conditioned to think that way. But do I make them anyway? Yeah, I guess some things could be considered mistakes. Some things could could be considered good decisions. But I think you make choices and you make life decisions, and there are just consequences that come as a result of that, whether it's a mistake or not. Number 8. What's the difference between you and most other people? The difference between me and most other people? Well, I don't know. I don't know. What's the difference? That one caught me off guard, actually. The difference between me and other people, I guess my way of thinking. Maybe my way of thinking when it comes to certain things is very practical. Sometimes I just go in circles and circles and circles and circles over a decision. But I think I've come to the point of just not so much compulsive thinking, like a place of rationality and a place of like, I'm indifferent. So there's a lot of things that I'm indifferent about that people are like, no, but why don't you feel a certain way about this? And I feel nothing for most things. If it's not relevant, I just feel like, rationality is the thing that counts, because when you make a decision from a rational place, then you don't really regret, because you're like, I thought it out and, it made sense at the time. So therefore, so maybe that's like my rationality, my sense of rationality when it comes to things is a bit different. Number 9. Have I built my character? Yes, I have built my character. I think I have cemented my character as auntie in a foreign country, that pops home every once in a while and like travels frequently, and as a global auntie. Okay, as a global auntie, but like to my friends and peers, but to society as a whole, I feel like I have built my character as a global citizen. I think there's no better way to describe my character than being a global citizen. Yeah. Oh, and a global citizen contributing towards changing her own narrative, and in the greater scheme of things, contributing towards changing the narrative in terms of the whole African continent, because I'm a huge Pan-Africanist and I believe in changing the story. Let the people tell the story for themselves. So yes, have I built my character? I guess so. Number 10. If today would be the end of the world, what would you do? Oh, why did I immediately think cheese? I immediately thought, ooh, I would have like a very delicious cheese meal. If today was the end of the world, well, I'm by the beach right now, so I would probably go out there and just like sit by the water and just listen to the waves. And I would call everyone that I love, and if I couldn't get a hold of them, I would send them voice notes and tell them that I love them. And yeah, then I would just sit by the beach and wait for the end of the world, I guess. Yeah, I think that the most important is to tell the people that you love, tell the people in your life that matter to you that you love them, and then make peace with whatever the situation is that is happening. So that's what I would do if it was the end of the world. So thank you for tuning in to my 10 questions, and thank you for staying, and I hope that you have enjoyed getting to know me. And please comment, subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's uncork the bottle of conversation and just mull and chat over the beauty of life.
Whichever way you feel, we gotta keep it alive.